Good morning, campers. This is Crusader Rabbit, KBNY 5962, starting our broadcasting day. And today, for your viewer enjoyment, we're going to be bringing you the Minox Light Meter. Wanted to make a very quick video about the operation of the Minox Light Meter. I discussed this briefly in my previous video about the Minox 3S, and I'll put a link to that in the video and in the description below. But starting off, I want to draw your attention to the little scale over here on the left hand side in the little mark in that upper left hand corner, because if you flip it over, depending on what ASA that you have for your film, you're going to have a different little mark, and you're going to want to set this mark right here to be one of these four marks, depending on what your ASA is. So for this meter, you can use it for ASAs of 25, 50, 100, and 200. You see, 200 is like a full bar, 100 is like half a bar triangle, 50 is a little square in the middle, and then 25 is completely open. So let's say we have our official Minox film, and we have ASA 50. We're going to want to take this little bar right here and that little window, and we're going to want to make it the bar. And the way you do that is you turn this little knob right here with your finger, and I don't know if you can see that as I'm turning. There it goes to like the triangle. There it goes to like the full bar. Do it again. There it's like completely empty. And the next one should be really stiff. There we go. And so eventually we get it turned to the bar. So we have ASA 50, and we have the bar there, and we have the bar there for ASA 50. Now we're ready to take our light meter reading. So we go ahead and take our meter reading, and the meter reading is going to show us our speed. And our speed is, it could be like it's kind of between a tenth of a second and a fifth of a second. So if we flip it over on the back, if we're using it for our Minox camera, we read off the center column here, and whatever we had for our reading, which is between a fifth and a tenth of a second, that's what you're actually going to set the Minox camera to. So there's no adjustment necessary. If you have a different lens with a different aperture opening, they have other aperture openings listed here: 2, 2.8, 5.6, and f8. So let's say our meter reading was a 10, and we're reading that from a tenth of a second, and we're getting that from the center column. And let's say the lens that we're using, not on our Minox camera, but some other camera, is like an f8. Then we want to go ahead and have it go to a half a second exposure instead of our tenth of a second exposure. However, let's say we had our other lens, not a Minox lens, not on our Minox camera, but for another camera, another lens. Let's say I was using a aperture of a f2, then I could come over here and say, okay, well, my shutter speed, I want in that case to be 1/100th of a second. And that's basically it. That's basically how you use this. In order to take the reading, in order to take the light reading, you just press down on the button, and when you press down on the button, the meter's live and active. When you release the button, it's locked into place, and when it's locked into place, you can go ahead and take your reading. Basically, you want to look through the little lens here. That's I don't know if you can see that, but the lens is, it's not quite 1-to-1, maybe it's like 0.8. So you'd look through the lens, you'd press on the button, you'd lift up on the button, and then you'd look to see what your meter reading is. And our current meter reading is like half a second. So that's the way that you would use this meter. I hope that anybody that has this meter has found this useful, or at least somewhat interesting. So I'd like to say at this time, thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the show. This is Crusader Rabbit KBNY 5962, ending our broadcasting day. Good night, campers.